Mythological and spiritual connection. Ramayana is the biological cord of the India subcontinent and is strongly believed and followed by all the religions that took birth in the region, say, Shivam, Vaishnavam, Hinduism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Sri Lanka preserved the memories of the epic naturally in over 50 locations, and every location of these are connected strongly as holy in the hearts of millions spread across the globe. Historical and geographical connection. Ramayanam, its historicity and the geography involved may be discussed together for better understanding. First and foremost, one should understand that Ramayanam is not a religious text. It is a historical book of documented facts that happened on the very earth we all live in. Ramayanam was quoted as Itihas or Itihasa in many books related to Sanatana or Vedic Dharma. The word Itihasa was derived from Itiha and it means thus it happened. This clarifies that Ramayanam is our history. Ramayanam written by Maharishi Valmiki is the widespread and most read version. However, the fact is that Ramayanam was not written by Maharishi Valmiki alone but by many writers since ages. In every story, irrespective to the author, the characters, their names and the geographical locations of various places like Janaka Rajya, now in Nepal, Ayodhya, now in northern India, Kishkinda, now in southern India, and Lanka, Sri Lanka, were all in common. The main storyline of Prince Rama, son of King Dasharatha, going to forest with his wife, Sita, and brother Lakshmana, Ravana, king of Lanka, abducting Sita, Rama with the help of Sugriva, Hanuma and team battling in Lanka, killing Ravana, crowning Vibhishana as the next king of Lanka, and going back to Ayodhya with Sita are all common. Multiple authors producing the same sequences, relations, characters and quoting to the same geographical lands, yet again narrowing down to the conclusion that Ramayanam is the history of the land and is not just a story that took birth in one individual's mind. Ramavatharam, popularly known as Kamba Ramayanam by Kamban, Sri Ramakaran Manas, popularly known as Tulasidas Ramayanam, written by Goswami Tulsidas, were two other popular texts on Ramayanam. Other ancient science books like Vaimanika Shastra written by Maharishi Bharadwaja also has references to aeronautical technologies used during the time of King Ravana. Further adding to all the above, linguistically connections to the text in few places in Sri Lanka today adds interest to the modern world to further explore and research the history. How important is Ramayana Yathra to the world? Preparations to be taken before exploring Ramayana Yathra. In any ways, Ramayana Yathra in Sri Lanka is not a holiday. One should be prepared and travel through the memories and experience the legendary history, Ramayanam. While over 50 locations were identified having connection to Ramayanam in Sri Lanka, of which close to 25 sites were having road and semi-road access for pilgrims and tourists to visit. Visitors to Sri Lanka for Ramayana Yathra should make themselves available for at least 9 nights of stay to properly feel the historicity of the great era. Pilgrims will be visiting to the places related to Ramayanam every day, and thus, those have the sentiments of wearing fresh while visiting holy places may have to carry sufficient number of clothing. It is recommended to carry lightweight clothing as you will need more number of pairs. You will be experiencing the beaches as well as the hilly terrain, thus the combination of both cotton and woolen clothing are highly recommended. Pilgrims and tourism will be visiting many temples during the Yathra, and thus being in the traditional wear is required, Sri Lankan or Indian. Men are required to note, and few temple have a restriction of shirts, and at those temple men should be toptas, without any shirt or banyan.